I watched a human once rip the arm off a Talgarian and beat him to death with it, a soldier said, sipping his smoking drink, mandibles clacking together in excitement. That's nothing, his friend replied. I once saw a human grab the thorax of a big Treath warrior and squeeze it to death until it popped in two. Here he mimicked the choking of the air in front of him, taking his hands and whipping them apart. In two! An old grizzled warrior at the table next to them was glaring in their direction, hatred smoldering in his eyes. Noticing this, the two began to get annoyed. Something wrong, friend? One asked gruffly, glaring back at the older fighter.
Oh yeah, I hear ya. Humans, am I right? Rip you to pieces as soon as look at you.
The two soldiers grinned. Damn right!
In fact,
the old warrior began, turning to look wholly at their faces.
I once saw a human reach into a pile of burning rubble and pluck out an infant dream child from the wreckage that was once his home.
Uncomfortable silence was the only reply.
I also saw that same large human cradle the broken figure to his chest and weep. Weep.
The old soldier was glaring at the other two, rage writ large on his face.
And that same soldier, tears streaming down its face, gently laid the child on the ground, and went after the Talgarians that were intentionally targeting females and children. And yes, he ripped it apart with his bare hands.
The old soldier stood up, slamming his fists on the table.
And I once saw two fools, deep in their drinks, sitting safe at a bar, far from conflict and death, telling horror tales about the humans, relating only what they did, not relating what drove them to do it.
Throwing a coin on the table, the old warrior turned and left the bar, and for a long while afterwards, silence was in his wake.